Hey guys, what's up? This is Dingo Crikey here with another commentary video. This time I'm going to be doing a discussion topic on Transformers 5. If you guys are interested in more news and commentary on TF5, the Transformers 4 Age of Extinction toy line, or general Transformers discussion topics, please check out my playlist and channel where I also have a number of Transformers stop motion videos, some of which are previewed here. But for this video, I wanted to open a discussion of whether or not Michael Bay will be directing Transformers 5 and what my thoughts are on the matter. So it's a pretty broad topic, but I'm a little bit short on time this weekend, and I figured it'd be an interesting enough one to discuss, even though it's going around a lot on the internet, of whether or not Michael Bay will be directing TF5, because there's been lots of rumors, going around on the internet that he actually won't be. I mean, there seems to be a number of different reasons that people will throw out there. I mean, people like to say, well, he's such a bad director, they might not want to use him anymore. He might be, sick of doing the Transformers films. But one of the big things seems to be the fact that, he's been working on a lot of other projects lately. Of course, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles just came out lately. He has some new movie like Ouija or something like that coming out. He's working on a show called Black Sails that I believe is on Stars, and then also, what's that show? The Last Ship, which is on TNT, I believe. And then supposedly there's another TV project he's working on, but I don't really know anything about that. Some other movies, some other projects. Basically, there's been a lot going around lately. I mean, I don't know many of the specifics of it. As far as like a lot of TV shows, movies, I mean, I don't watch a ton. I mean, I watch a lot of cartoons, animes. I hardly ever go to the theaters unless it's like Transformers or X-Men, something like that. So I'm not up to date on all this kind of stuff, but I've been looking into it and kind of wondering whether or not he'll be directing the film, because that seems to be the big reasons he might not be doing it. He's working on all these other projects, along with the fact a lot of people speculate he might just be getting sick of the Transformers films. I'll give a link in the description to the article on usatoday.com that gives, a lot of the info on what's going on with the whole Michael Bay situation and, whether or not he's going to be in the movie, as supposedly quotes from interviews with him and that kind of stuff. But as far as my opinion on whether or not I think he's going to be directing Transformers 5, I would be very, very, very surprised if he actually did drop the Transformers films. Despite all these rumors that are going around, I think he's definitely in it for the long haul. I mean, for one thing, we haven't actually heard anything official from Hasbro or other sources that he is going to be leaving the films. We haven't heard anything like that. I mean, also, he's been doing these films for this long. I don't really expect him to stop here. I mean, he could have stopped at the end of 3, and, whether they're going to make a 4th one or not, a second trilogy, whatever, he could have just signed off there, done the original trilogy. But he went on to do TF4. He didn't just stop at TF3. And you gotta figure he makes a ton of money off these movies. I mean, I don't see why he would abandon all of that. I mean, I could see him maybe saying he's considering leaving the film franchise, something like that, and then, Paramount coming to him, offering him a bigger paycheck, something of that sort, and, then him going on to do it, basically doing it all for more money, which I think that's kind of where this whole issue stands. I mean, despite all the rumors going around, I think it's mainly a publicity stunt, to keep him in the spotlight. I mean, this same stuff was going around like crazy when Transformers 4 was in the works. I think maybe even with some of the other films, but I know for sure with TF4. Now, granted, in the production of TF4, I don't believe he was working on as many movies as he supposedly would be with TF5. Or maybe he was working with stuff, but, maybe now he's kind of sick of it. He realized he doesn't like working with that many projects at once. And kind of like the article says, he might just want to move on from Transformers and work with other things. But personally, I really don't think that holds that much weight. I mean, this is probably just a stunt to get more attention. And also on the parts of the people who write the articles and do the interviews, come up with all these things. The news outlets just want to get more attention on themselves, keep stories circulating around, all that kind of stuff, because it causes a lot of buzz, gets them a lot of hits on the website, that kind of stuff. I mean, there is a chance, working on all the other projects might get kind of tedious for him. I mean, I don't know too much at all about the film industry. I've only, looked into it a little bit. So, I mean, maybe working on multiple projects is a sign that, a director's going to drop one of them, but I don't think the chances are very high. Still, I mean, we could get confirmation that he is leaving the film franchise, but I don't see it happening right now. Now, as far as my opinion, do I want to see Michael Bay leave Transformers 5? Do I want to see Michael Bay drop Transformers and have another director potentially take it up? I mean, some of you guys might be kind of surprised by this, but personally, I gotta say no. I want to see Michael Bay stick with these Transformer films. If TF5 and 6 are made, I want to see Michael Bay directing them, and here are my basic reasons. I mean, the Transformer films, this series of films we're on, they are what they are. I mean, for those of us who like G1, they're not going to be G1, they're not going to be Beast Wars, they're not going to be Transformers Prime. They are Bayformers. Whether Michael Bay is directing it or not, it's already been established. We're 4 movies in. That's not changing. Even if TF5 did have a big shift in the way that the movie was directed, the feel, the character development, all that kind of stuff, you still have a history of those 4 films of Bayformers behind you. And, it would just make the franchise incoherent. Even if 5 and 6 were great movies because they weren't directed by Michael Bay, you have those 4 other movies in the past, and, can't really get around that. I mean, these movies have a hard enough time keeping consistency. The least we could have is a consistency in director. Because the feel of stuff does change, when different showrunners get a hold of it. I mean, take something like Walking Dead, for example. You guys who have seen seasons 1 through 4 will probably notice that the show has shifted its whole tone, feel, pacing, and all of that stuff throughout the series. And, they've went through, I think, 3 different showrunners. And the series really hasn't had a consistent feel because of that. I mean, The Walking Dead's a show that I'm assuming most viewers take a lot more seriously than viewers of the Transformers film. But, if for people who like the film series a lot, I wouldn't think they'd want the feel of the film changing, by the time the 5th film came around. And, not that I'm a big fan of the films, but since I'm not, I mean, it can at least be good for the people who like the films. I mean, 5 and 6 are happening. If we were getting a reboot, I definitely wouldn't want Michael Bay directing them. I'd want them to, I don't know, find the Beast Wars director or something like that, and just do something totally different with a totally different feel. Probably move it away from the big summer blockbuster type genre and move it more towards like a science fiction thing, so we didn't need constant explosions and all that kind of stuff, goofy characters, really kiddie tropes, those kind of things. But the movies are the way they are, and in my opinion, if you don't like them, like me, I'm not a big fan of them, then, they can't really be fixed at this point. And if you do like them, why would you want them ruined or have a big shift in the way they feel? You know what I mean? You probably enjoy Michael Bay's directing style then. So, I mean, that's my overall opinion on it, despite the fact that I guess there is a possibility he'll be no longer doing the Transformer films after TF4. I mean, I think it's just a lot of rumors, just a lot of stuff going around on the internet, and personally, I think he should finish up this trilogy of films. Like I said, if they're going to do a reboot, get Michael Bay out of there, have someone really cool doing it, but, that's basically my thoughts on it. I'm interested to hear what you guys think in the comment section below. There's probably a lot more news and discussion going around about it on the internet. I haven't had time to get to all of that, just a few things, but, if you find anything interesting, leave it in the comment section, or you can talk about it there on whether or not you think Michael Bay will be directing Transformers 5. Can you just speculate about it? Or maybe some of you guys have some really legitimate news to prove in either direction he's actually going to be doing it, or maybe he's not going to be doing it. I mean, leave that all in the comment section below. Also, do you guys want to see Michael Bay directing Transformers 5? Or you can include Transformers 5 and 6 if you want. Maybe you agree with me that you don't really like the films, but you think he may as well just finish them up, or maybe you really like the Transformers film and don't want a different director getting hold of it. Leave it in the comment section below, and if you want a change in director, mention any possible directors you would like to see take Michael Bay's place. I mean, especially nowadays, there's lots of different action movie directors in the industry, so, there's a lot to pick from. How many would actually do Transformers? I don't know, but you could still speculate about it. And that pretty much wraps it up for this video, along with any general comments you might have and might want to put in the comment section. You can also leave topic suggestions. I'm open to them. This video I don't believe was a topic suggestion, but I decided to do it anyways. But thanks for all the topic suggestions you guys have given me. I do plan to getting around to doing a lot of them. It's just some of them I want to have time to get my thoughts together and think about what I'm doing with them, so it's not just like a generic video I'm throwing out there. One of the ones I'm planning to do is a video speculating on which characters I would like to see in Transformers 5. But like I said, it takes time because there are a lot of Transformers in the Transformers franchise altogether, so I want to think about it, have a few selected out in particular who I'd like to see most in the next film. But anyways, that's that. If you guys are interested in more Transformers news and commentary videos, on TF5, TF4 toys, Transformers in general, please check out my playlist and channel. Like I said, I have a lot of commentary videos and more coming in the following days, weeks, months, etc. And you can also feel free to check out a lot of my Transformers stop motion videos. I have over 20 of them on my channel, so hope you guys enjoy those. And that wraps it up for this video. So, see you later. Have a good one, guys.